Hi guys, it's Neil. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. I am so excited to be back with another video, one of my sit down videos. These are always my favorite type of videos to do. I just love sitting down with you guys, getting into the nitty gritty, getting girly, getting that tea, you know what I mean? I just love sitting down and just oversharing. I am going to be talking about and giving you girlies the answer to TMI girl questions you're too scared to ask. Whether it's your friends, whether it's your mum, whoever it may be. I know a lot of us girls, we grew up around insecurities with certain topics or XYZ, and we're too scared to ask these questions because it's like, oh my gosh, it's embarrassing. I don't want this person to think I got a smelly pum-pum, like whatever that may be. I am delving into all of those questions today and I could not be more excited. If you're new to the channel, hi, my name's Nia and I would love to have you here, so make sure you do like, comment and subscribe and stick around for more future videos. As you can see, I am sitting on my chair nice and comfy. I've got my mango and pineapple and orange smoothie right here. Make sure you guys are following me on Instagram if you want to be part of future videos like this and send me questions. I would love for you to join in on that, so make sure you go follow me on Instagram. It'll be on the screen. But for today, I am just going to get these questions off Google, wherever is the most searched. I also have a lot of people on TikTok that follow me, so I'm just actually, gonna go through my comment section as well. What do the girlies actually want to know? What's the tea? So that's what we're going to be doing today. Let's get into these TMI questions. I just love being TMI. Like, I am such an oversharer, so if you're new to the channel, you're going to want to stick around from now on. Alright, so question number one is, why do I sweat more in certain places than others and what actually helps? This can be things like sweating down there. Okay, that's what we're going to get into. Okay, one, you're wearing the wrong materials. Okay, so if you're wearing polyester underwear, babe, you're guaranteed to smell. You're guaranteed to sweat more. The thing about polyester material, polyester is a material that traps heat and odor and sweat. So if you sweat more, check the material of your underwear, check the material of your clothes. Okay, me personally, I only wear clothes that are cotton, linen, viscose or wool. I do not wear materials that trap heat and odor, because that way then I'm obviously going to smell more and sweat more in return. So make sure you're paying attention to the materials. Another reason why you probably sweat more in other places than others is because you're not letting your body breathe. I made a video on my TikTok the other day, like, are you always wearing tight fitting clothes? Are you always in jeans, skinny jeans? Are you always in bodycon dresses? I always tell people, try wearing linen, okay? Linen trousers, linen tops, linen shorts, especially in the summer. Just wear something that's breathable. Materials plays a big thing. I've mentioned it twice, but it honestly does play a big thing. If you're sweating more and you don't know why in certain places, it's because of your materials, okay? And a third and final tip I have for this question is, make sure you are paying attention to your girl down there at night time. Do not wear underwear to bed, girlies, okay? Unless you're on your cycle, there is no reason why you need to be wearing underwear to bed. And that is another great tip when it comes to trying to sweat less in that area, if we're talking about that area. Honestly, one thing about me, not only do I not wear underwear to bed, guys, if I am in the house all day, okay, I'm not going anywhere, no one is coming to see me, I ain't got no visitors, guys, I'm also going to be without pants during the daytime as well. I do not go out without underwear on, that is a different topic. But if I am in the house all day, I don't have any visitors, I don't have any plans, I'm just chilling by myself, why do I need underwear on? And I'm not on my cycle as well. So that is something that I really want to tell you girls as well. Make sure you let your kitty cat breathe, especially for the kitty cat area. If you're trying to sweat less, sleep without underwear on. And if you have nothing to do in the daytime, you're just in the house all day, why do you need underwear on? It doesn't make sense. I take a shower every morning. If I don't have plans that day, I'm going to put a nice outfit on, but I'm not going to have underwear underneath. Like right now, I'm in the house all day, I've got this cute grey, maxi dress on. Wearing underwear. I don't have anywhere to go today. Why am I wearing underwear? Okay, and I know that can be really TMI and some people call it disgusting, but no, your girl also needs to breathe, especially in this heat. If you sweat more, try those tips, it will definitely help you. Question number two is, why do I still smell even after I take a shower? This is something that little me wish I had a YouTube video to watch and have the answer to this question, because girl, that used to be me. If you follow me on TikTok, you already know, but I grew up a lot around problems around like hygiene and odor and just smelling bad as a whole. So I understand this question so deeply. If you were sweating really easily even after you take a shower, you didn't scrub properly, my love, to begin with. And what do I mean by this? Washing with your hands, washing with a loofah, washing with exfoliating gloves when you're not exfoliated. That can all contribute to you smelling quicker after a shower, especially in this heat. The reason why I keep saying this heat is because honestly, summer obviously amplifies everything. If you already smell, summer just makes it worse because it's hot. I wash my body with an African net sponge. I used to wash my body with a loofah. Loofahs carry so much bacteria, so one, don't wash yourself with that. And exfoliating gloves are good to use when you're exfoliating, but if you're just washing your body, that's when you really need to put those to the side and use an African net sponge instead. Ever since I switched from a loofah to an African net sponge, which has been about 2 years ago now, I have seen a massive difference in my body odor and how I am able to smell good for way longer in the day, which is really, really important for me as well. So that is one tip I'm always going to give it. In the summer, we need something that's actually going to scrub us to get the dirt and bacteria off, so that way then when we come out the shower, we don't smell more easily, if that makes sense. Another reason why you may smell easily after a shower is because you didn't actually use a bar soap before your scented body wash. I used to go in the shower, take my loofah, get my body wash on my shower gel, put it on my loofah and just wash my body once, and then after that I would wash my girl down there and just get out the shower. That is a big mistake. That is the reason why I was also smelling easily after a shower. It was only until 2 years ago that I learned that you have to first wash yourself with bar soap. I did not grow up with the talk, okay? My mum didn't give me the talk. She didn't give me the this is what to do, even in terms of guys and all of that jazz, which is a whole other video. But I didn't get the talk when it comes to guys, hygiene and all of that, so I kind of had to learn everything myself. So the day I realized that, oh my gosh, I'm not using a bar soap first in the shower, I'm just using something that makes me smell nice, that is when my whole hygiene, or my whole shower routine, I should say, changed, okay? I'm gonna put the one I use on the screen. It's the Dove unscented bar soap. Really, really good for sensitive skin as well, because I am eczema prone and all of that. On the days that I want an extra scent to me, or I have an occasion, I'm gonna use this one. This is the Dove Shea Butter and Vanilla Scent bar soap. Regardless of, you know, what kind of bar soap it is, make sure you're using a bar soap before your body wash. This can be whatever scent you like. If you love smelling like lavender, Dove do a lavender bar soap. You can find any scent in the world, and I'm pretty sure one brand out there will have it. So find a scent that you love smelling like, buy the bar soap. In the shower, use your bar soap with your African net sponge, and then on the days you're exfoliating, obviously use a body scrub, and then after your body scrub you use a body wash, and then you wash your girl down there, you get out the shower. I've realized doing that routine helps me a lot when it comes to wanting to smell good for a longer period of time. And the last thing I would say when it comes to smelling easily after a shower is because you're not using deodorant. This probably sounds like really, really basic, and yeah, everyone uses deodorant. Girl, you'd be surprised. I went to school with people where I said something before, I was just like, oh, I haven't put on deodorant this morning, and someone literally said, what's that? Ooh. Obviously no shame, okay? My channel is all about no shame. We do not shame over here. We talk about the topics we do over here because there is no shame. Let me tell you, girl, not everyone knows about deodorant. Not everyone knows about antiperspirant. So if you smell easily after shower, one, you didn't use deodorant, or even if you do use deodorant, you're using the wrong type of deodorant. And that is another thing that can actually make you smell more quicker and more easily as well. The deodorant I use will be on the screen. I love the Dove Invisible Dry. It doesn't stain my clothes. It's really, really nice. It doesn't have a scent to it. I'm gonna put on the screen the deodorant I used to use. And if you use this, stop. I don't recommend these deodorants, and I don't recommend these deodorants. Spray deodorants, yeah, they're great when you're in and out the house, but if you're trying to smell good all day, I don't recommend them. Roll-on deodorants, they have a wet finish, so me personally, that makes me smell more in the summer. Stick deodorant, on the other hand, which is what I use, amazing, amazing, amazing. I can guarantee you that you won't smell. So those are my top ones when it comes to why you might smell quicker after the shower. Next question is, why do I sometimes get a weird smell down there even though I shower every day? All I'm gonna say is, if your girl down there is off, she smells a bit off. Number one, your diet is ridiculously bad, okay? Number two, your gut health is off. This is a big one, and this was the reason for me. I thought I had BV. It's just my gut health was off. Number three, you have BV, okay? Bacterial vaginosis. It's when your pH balance has been thrown off. All you have to do is take a probiotic, go to a doctor, it should be sorted. So those are the main three reasons why, even though you shower, your girl down there still might be smelly. And let me just tell you now, washing her will not fix those things. What will fix those things is taking probiotics, going to see a gynecologist, and washing not just with water, but with a clean bar, unscented bar soap as well. That's another mistake I was making as well. In the shower when I was younger, I used to wash with a soap that was lightly fragrant. Girlies, listen to me when I say this. If you're using anything to wash down there which is lightly fragrant, even if it's like 2% fragrance, stay away from it. Only wash yourself down there with things that are completely unscented, okay? I used to wash myself with, I'm gonna put it on screen, it's the one my mum used to use. I saw her using it, I automatically assumed I should use it as well, so that's what I did. Worst mistake of my life. I switched to the Dove unscented bar soap. My girl has had no problems ever since then. So even after you shower, if she still smells, you're not washing her with the right soap, you have BV which needs to go get checked, or number three, your gut health is off, and the way to fix your gut health is by taking probiotic. The probiotics I take are the WellGuard Flora. They have healed me. I'm gonna out myself. I had a smelly girl down there for like basically my whole school years. It was only in my first year of uni that I managed to learn more about my body and my hygiene and actually fix that. I thought it was BV, but I think it was just my gut health. I had BV for so many years. I went to a doctor, went to go get it checked. They gave me antibiotics, didn't work. After that, I knew, okay, what is gonna work? And I started paying attention to my gut health. I started paying attention to how is my gut looking like. When I started taking probiotics that help with my gut health and my intimate flora, that's when everything changed. Another thing that I used was boric acid. So boric acid is really, really good when it comes to BV, okay? So I thought I had BV, I used boric acid as well, which really, really helped. It didn't help at first, but one thing about boric acid, you have to be consistent. So I was using it for like 7 days and then expecting results. But if your BV is severe, you have to use it for at least 14 days, and you have to use it every single night of those 14 days. So yeah, I hope that helped. But as always, girlies, my comment section is always open, or if you don't want to put it in the comments, you can always DM me on Instagram, TikTok, whatever that may be, and I'm happy to answer your question there as well. Next question is it normal to get ingrown hairs down there after shaving or waxing, and how do you actually stop them? Now, I have never been waxed down there, so I can't talk about that. I'm not going to talk about stuff I don't know. I've never been waxed, but in terms of shaving, I have had so much ingrown hairs growing up. Like, I struggled with it. Till now, maybe I do still struggle with it here and there. No shade, okay? So if you shave, number one, ingrown hairs, you're dry shaving. Okay, I don't know why anyone would want to do that, but some people do still do that, and that is going to cause you really really bad ingrown hair. So that is number one. Or even if you're not dry shaving, you're shaving with the wrong product. A lot of people use products that can actually clog pores. Certain oils basically make your waist. It's not really a recommended thing to use when you're shaving, okay? So make sure you pay attention to that as well. Another reason why you may struggle with ingrown hairs is because you're shaving in the wrong direction. Now, I'm trying to figure it out myself. Like, a lot of girls say, oh my gosh, you know, stop shaving in the wrong direction. And then I ask myself, what is the wrong direction? Like, girls, is it just me? Like, what is the wrong direction? You basically have to know where your kitty cat hairs are growing from. There's 4 ways I like to shave when I'm shaving. I start by going upwards. After I go upwards, I go sideways. I go from the right side and then the left side, and then I shave downwards like this. Doing it that way, it actually gets every single speck out as well, which is obviously great. Those are the main reasons why you may have ingrown hairs after shaving: using the wrong products, dry shaving, and then not shaving in the right direction. Another thing when it comes to, you know, maybe having ingrown hairs is that you are shaving with the wrong razor. Girls, if you're watching this, you're still shaving with the 2-blade razors. No. I shave with men's razors. They are so much better. They get every little speck of hair, and I do not recommend the cheap razors. Have you guys ever seen these razors in like Savers, Asda or Lidl? Do not get these razors, please. I promise you, the razor you're using can actually make a big difference on how your shave came out. So do not go for the cheap razors. Actually invest in a really good razor. Men's razors are amazing, and I always recommend the 4-blade or the 5-blade ones. Like the 5-blade one's spectacular. One swipe and I promise you the hair is just going to be crumbling, okay? It's just going to be crumbling. And another reason why you may have ingrown hairs, you're not moisturizing your kitty cat after you shave, okay? Make sure you're moisturizing it. Don't shave hair dry. I don't leave hair dry afterwards. Put some sort of product down there. I love using the Nala's Baby Nighttime Oil. It's really gentle. It's made for babies, so it doesn't have any harsh products in it. The next question is, why does my period blood sometimes go brown after I get off my cycle, your period, and all of that jazz? Now, this one is something that a lot of girls go through. Even me, it is completely normal. This doesn't happen to me all the time. If this happens to you all the time, you might want to get that checked, because I'm not a doctor, okay? Brown period blood is like old blood that was stored. So you know, on your previous cycle, if there was blood still left up there after your period ends on the next month, all that old blood that was stored from the previous month starts coming out and starts flushing out, you know, helping your body to detox basically. So that is the reason for why brown blood can happen sometimes. It doesn't mean anything is wrong with you. It literally just means that it's old blood that was stored, and now it's like leaving your body, leaving the system, whatever, it goes up there. But as long as I'm aware, it's nothing to really be concerned about unless it happens a lot. The next question is, I always feel insecure after my cycle. How can I feel more confident down there, especially when it comes to, you know, with guys and all of that jazz? My one tip when it comes to getting off my cycle, I love using boric acid. I briefly touched on this in another question. Boric acid is amazing for just helping to really flush everything that's going up there. That's why if you have BV, I always recommend boric acid. It just helps to, you know, flush everything that's going on up there, bring your pH balance back to normal, and, you know, in general, no smell, no problems, no issues. So that's what I love to use. So after I get off my cycle, I use boric acid. Make sure you are reading the package when it comes, obviously, for yourself, so that you know how it works. But how I do it after my cycle, for example, I finish my cycle on a Wednesday. Thursday night, so the day after, you have to do it before you go to bed as well, otherwise it will leak. So Thursday night, I will pop one up there. It's a vaginal insert, not an oral insert, guys. That's just what I want to say, okay? So if you get boric acid, it's not something you take orally, okay? It's not a tablet, it's not a pill, it's something that goes up there physically, okay? So if you're not comfortable putting your fingers up there, this might not be the method for you. I can use my fingers, or I can use an inserter. You can just buy some from Amazon. You pop one up there, you go to sleep. The next morning, it will flush out on its own. You don't have to do anything. I do it 2 nights in a row. So then Friday night, I'll do the exact same. After those 2 nights in a row, my gill is good, okay? It's like I was never on my period. Like, my gill is good. So that is something that I love to do when I get off my cycle, just to feel more fresh down there, because I know it can be a really big insecurity. After you get off your cycle, you want to give it like a week to get back to normal, but honestly, you don't need to do that. Just use boric acid. So the final question of this video is how to smell and taste good down there. Now, this one, right, you know what it is, yeah? I think my family watch my videos, and so do like people that I know, so we're not gonna go too in depth, but if you want to know more, DM me. Do you get what I mean? Right, all jokes aside, can I just say, let's get rid of the unrealistic expectations. And I don't want to burst anyone's bubble. It is not realistic for your girl down there to smell like peaches and cream. It is not realistic for your girl down there to smell like chocolate cake. It's not realistic. It's not realistic for you to smell like buttercream. I said they are supposed to just have a normal, natural pH scent. And what does a natural pH scent mean? Basically a scent that you can't smell. That is basically it, okay? If you can smell something bad, something is off. If you can smell something that smells like peaches and roses and creams, that's also very weird. When she smells like nothing, that's when she's her most healthiest, okay? So let's do that, okay? Let's not use perfume or anything down there just to smell good. Like, let's not do that, okay? But how to smell good down there? Girl, basically follow the other tips I gave in the previous questions, okay? Make sure you're using Dove unscented soap to wash her. We shouldn't be using just water. Like, if, you know, we want her to be clean, and, you know, being clean leads to how she smells, make sure we are actually using Dove unscented bar soap. She cleans herself so nothing goes up there, but around the area, Dove unscented is really good. Take this one with a pinch of salt, okay? Because a lot of girls are gonna go too far with this one. Lavender oil at the top of your panties. I've said this in so many of my videos. I love doing this, okay? I'm gonna give you guys a demo on that because I don't want anyone to do it wrong. Make sure you are sleeping with no underwear on, okay? If she constantly can't breathe, she's gonna create a smell. So sleeping with no underwear on really, really does help her, you know, not be able to have smell. That way then you smell more better down there. And in general, your diet plays into everything, okay? Constantly eating oily foods, constantly eating takeout, that is not great, and your gut on there won't be happy. So start incorporating more fruit into your diet, even if you don't like eating fruit like by itself. You know, I had a mango pineapple smoothie earlier, you know what I mean? That's still me and taking my fruits just in a different format. So you can do that as well if you don't like eating fruits on their own. I love eating fruits on their own, but you know, I felt like having a smoothie today because it's nice and hot outside. Make a smoothie, you know, put fruit, pineapple. I personally love mango, pineapple and orange juice in a smoothie. So my smoothies, mangoes, pineapples, orange juice, done. And pineapples are really, really good for down there as well. If you didn't know, you get to know, okay? Just little things like that. Make sure you're intaking foods that are actually great for your gut on there. I talked about this before on TikTok, but eating lots of red meat can actually throw off your pH balance, so I've stayed away from it. I still eat red meat here and there, like a couple times a month, but I used to eat it a couple times a week, so I've definitely stopped that. Make sure you're cutting down on red meat. Like, red meat is good for you, it does have its benefits, but eating too much of it throws off your pH balance, so that's another thing as well. Make sure you do your research on what foods are actually, you know, supporting the way she smells or making it worse. And how to taste good down there, girl, that comes to your diet. Honestly, when it comes to actually wanting it to taste good, constantly eating oily foods, constantly eating takeaway, she's not going to taste that good, okay? Your diet plays a big factor in how you want her to taste. I'm gonna leave it there because I feel like my family and people I know watch my videos, so we're leaving it there. We're drawing the line. We are drawing the line. But if you have any deeper questions or anything like that, be free to DM me and we can, you know what I mean? We can get more in depth. But yeah, let me show you an example of lavender oil on your panties because this is a big tip that not a lot of you are doing. So for example, here we have got a pair of my undies, okay? Didn't think I'd be showing my underwear on the internet, but here we are. Okay, so we've got a pair of my undies, okay? When it comes to using lavender oil, I don't do this all the time. This is just really for those days where I just want to, you know what I mean? I just want to be, you know what I mean? I got mine from Amazon. This is how it looks. Lavender oil is very, very strong. When you are doing this, literally 2-3 drops, done. Do not go like this, okay? Done. That's going to cause irritation. That's going to make your pH balance go off. Let's not do that. Okay? The lavender oil, I love to put at the top of my panties. Okay, after a nice everything shower, open the oil. I'm literally going to dab like 3 drops at the top. Literally at the top. Nowhere near where your kitty cat goes. This does not go anywhere near your kitty cat. For the love of me. She does not need scent. Nothing goes there, okay? But lavender oil is so strong. Even if you put it here, trust me, you can smell it from up here. And that is just a fact, okay? That is just a fact. So literally just 2-3 drops at the top of your panties, and then I love doing it on the back as well, okay? So right here, another 2-3 drops. That is it. When I tell you lavender oil is so strong, you're gonna smell it, other people are gonna smell it, you know what I mean? But that is the end of this video. I feel like I've been talking for like a good 40 minutes. I'm gonna have to cut down this a lot, but thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have any questions, be free to let me know. Be free to ask me. The comment section is always open for you guys, and you know, my DMs are always open for you guys as well. But this was such a nice video, such a nice, you know, sit down girl talk video. I need to start incorporating more girl talks into my channel. I feel like I talk so much at you guys. I want to start talking with you guys, so make sure you interact in the comments. I would love to, you know, talk with you guys. And if you haven't already, make sure you do like, comment and subscribe. I would love to have you here for future videos. And if you enjoyed this video, YouTube suggests that you like the next one. Bye guys.